Hey everyone, welcome to the Amazon Quick Start. And in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how to get started using Amazon Agency as quickly and fast as possible. And trust me when I say this, there's never been a bigger opportunity than Amazon right this moment, with you having the ability to partner with Jeff Bezos, who just happens to be the richest man in the world. So this is super exciting for me to bring to you. And I want you to realize the realm of possibilities that you have when you partner with Amazon. So let's go ahead and start off by talking about the benefits that you have just being an agency on Amazon. So first of all, there's no cost to start, which means if you're broke, you could still make this work. And I'm going to show you a couple different methods to use with tools that cost money as well as tools that are free, so that as you grow, you can subscribe to tools that cost money. But when you first get started, you don't really need to have anything. You don't even need to have any cost. All you need is the desire and the willingness to want to succeed at this. The second benefit is that there's no risk involved. So you're not risking your credit, you're not risking your money. All that you're dedicating to this is time. If you have the time to dedicate to this, you can make this work as long as you listen to the lessons that I'm about to share with you. The third benefit of an agency is you get paid to learn. So as you get better and better at this, guess what? You get paid. So you don't have to know everything to start. That's a huge misconception that most people have. And I always like to refer to my favorite quote from Richard Branson here is, when somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, take it and figure it out later. If you can live by that quote, you will make money with Amazon Agency as long as you have the guts to get out there and do it. And finally, the fourth benefit of an agency is I'm going to show you one particular way where you can do this without having to do any work at all. I mean, how sexy does that sound? Not to have to do any work and to just get paid money to actually do this business. So you should be excited, you should be paying attention, and you should be ready to get started creating an Amazon agency. So let's talk about the 4 different agencies that you can start. You can actually structure this in one of 4 ways and make money being an agency on Amazon. The first way to structure this is as a partner. And again, we're going to go over in depth what each of these mean. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the other 3. The second one is as a consultant. Number 3 is as an agency. Number 4 is as a middleman. And so let's go ahead and jump straight into partnering and finding someone with money. So when you find somebody with money, you provide expertise, and your partner will provide any one of the following. That again can be money. It can also be their network or the people that they know that they can connect you with, which can be a celebrity. It could be their knowledge. They could have an equivalent number of knowledge to you, or they could have knowledge in another aspect of running business, like let's say Facebook ads. They could be a celebrity in their niche. And when you come across a partner, you want to structure a split in where there's benefit for both partners. So the more money that they actually contribute, the possibility that they get a bigger percentage of the actual company. Or you could do a 50-50 split if you're really desperate to start, but I would go with no less than a 60-40 split. But again, try and negotiate this so that you get the best possible amount. And again, if they're bringing a couple of these assets to the table, then you obviously want to give them a little more. And again, if you're going to be doing all the work, you want to take a little more. So that pretty much is partnering. The second type is consulting, where you just act as an advisor. And with the consultant aspect, you can ask for between 15 and 25% of their revenue. And in some cases, when you get really good, you can ask for as much as 50% of the revenue. You do all the work up front for free, but I do highly recommend that you actually ask for a startup fee. Now, your goal here is to start making significant money in 3 to 6 months. But again, charge a setup fee per product. And again, you probably don't want to take on more than one product because it becomes challenging when you actually do so. So you want to charge between $1,000 and $2,500 per product. And we also have agency. With agency, all you do is fulfill. So again, you provide expertise and you charge flat fees all up front in order to do the work. Now, you can either collect half up front or you can choose to take the whole thing up at once. And now you'll be able to, this here is where you really want to collect ongoing recurring revenue. That should be your number one goal. I, for example, have a PPC agency that does nothing but Amazon PPC, and every single month we have about 15 clients that pay us to actually manage their PPC. So this is exactly what you want to be doing with agency. You can also decide to provide a one-stop shop where you'll do pretty much everything. In my case, we only specialize in Amazon PPC, so we don't want to do anything else because everything else, it gets too hectic and we have just too many things going on. So we like to do just Amazon PPC. The client will provide inventory, products, money, and possibly an existing list of emails, which is great. And now the last way that we can start this business is through acting as a middleman, where you just sell someone else's services and you outsource the work. You can find someone else to do the actual work, whether that be another agency, a person, and upsell these services. So you can, in some cases, find somebody to write copy for you for $297 and sell it for $497, thus pocketing just $200 just for upselling the services, and because of the fact that you are the salesperson. One last thing before we continue is that one thing that has hurt our agency from growing is when clients run out of inventory. So as you get better at this business, consider adding a penalty fee to your consulting clients if they run out of inventory. This can kill all the momentum and make it like starting from scratch. And then another thing is, not all clients are created equal. Work with only the people that you actually like. If you don't like some of your clients, fire them. Trust me, I've done this many times. If I don't like working with somebody, I'm not going to work with them. I'd rather not work with them than have an extra load of stress on me at the end of the day. You'll want to have all your clients Skype, regular phone number, after hours phone number, and make a commitment to get back to them in X hours. Set expectations early so that they're not expecting you to get back to them immediately, and also set expectations so they know what it looks like in terms of time in order to start seeing results. And a couple last few tips: only work with products and or clients where you think the product is fixable, or if they're the only seller of the product, and always start with one product. You don't want to take on too many products and then have too many things to do. So start with one product and take it from there. So let's go ahead and jump into what I like to call the Amazon Quickie system. The Amazon Quickie system is actually the quick and dirty way to get started on Amazon. And let's face it, who doesn't like a quickie every now and then, right? So these are 12 steps that are going to fast start you into being able to do Amazon. Like 12 steps, and you'll know the basics of Amazon, and you'll be able to actually take a client on and be able to do work on their product, get their product ranked, do all the things that you need to do on the product, manage it. And typically on Amazon, there's a 4-step process that we go through. It's selecting the right product, which in this case, we just have to pre-qualify the product, take a look at all the client's products and see which one's the best. Then we have to optimize the product, then we have to rank the product, and then we have to maintain the product. 4 quick and easy steps is all it takes to succeed on Amazon. So I like to call this the armchair quarterback method, because who doesn't actually like an armchair quarterback? So let's jump into the Amazon Quickie armchair quarterback. And yeah, I know that sounds like a tongue twister, but it sounds pretty cool if you ask me. Step 1, let's get started. We want to confirm that we have a client, confirm an agreement. Now, I'm not an attorney here, so I can't give you legal advice, but if you need to consult with an attorney in order to get a contract, sometimes just a simple handshake works. A lot of times just an email laying out the things that you agree to do and that they're going to do in return. That usually works out as well. But again, I'm not an attorney, so if you need to, consult an attorney for some legal advice. And as soon as you grow large enough, make sure you do get an attorney so that you do actually have an attorney drop a contract. So get the client to create you user permissions, or get a VPS and only use that to log into the actual product. So I'm going to go ahead and log into an Amazon account here and show you guys what it means like to set user permissions. So I'm going to go into settings, click on user permissions, and right here I'm going to add an email list, an email address. So I can add a name, it could be whatever. Mike Smith at gmail.com. I hit send invitation, and the invitation is sent to Mike Smith. And now, once Mike Smith pops up here, I can manage his permissions once he accepts, and I can give him certain permissions to be able to access my account. So the more work Mike Smith does for me, the more permissions I will give him. The less I know Mike Smith, the less permissions I give him. As soon as Mike Smith does a lot more for my organization, I will give him a lot more permissions. Once I figure out all the permissions I'm going to give him, I'm going to click continue, and that'll save his permissions, and now he'll have a certain level of access into the actual account. And that is step 1. That's all it actually takes. let's jump into step 2. Step 2 is evaluate the product. Pick the product, pick one product if they have several, and pick the one that you think will do best. So you might also need to calculate products on this. So I like to use a free tool called FBA Calculator. And you want to also set expectations. How much does the client need to invest to make this work? So in order to do this, we'll use 2 tools, one a paid tool and one a free tool. And the first tool is FBA Calculator. So I'll go ahead and just Google FBA Calculator. I'll click on the top listing. And what we want to do in this particular case is we want to do a 4D mascara. And this is the actual product that we use in the full course. And I'll pick any one of these, anyone will work. And we know that we want to sell this for $17.99. We know that our cost is going to be shipped to Amazon $4, and then we'll hit calculate. And here it's going to tell us that our net margin is 49%, and our net profit after everything will be $887. Selling fees to Amazon are $270, and shipping fees to us are $242. So again, we net $887 per unit sold, and that's pretty good, right? Who wouldn't want 49% margins? I mean, I certainly want those. Those are pretty epic. So the product checks out. Now let's take a look at this on a keyword research tool called Market Intelligence. So once again, I'm going to search 4D mascara, and right here, I'm actually going to look it up on this tool right here called Market Intelligence. So I'm going to click on this little thing, and then I'm going to click on search. And now I'm going to type 4D mascara. And this is just saying a customer came to me with a 4D mascara and they wanted an idea of if this product would work. So what I'm going to quickly glance for here is how much money it's making. I want to see at least 3 to 4 products make over $10,000 a month. That is the case. I want to see a healthy price over $15, and it's split. A lot of them are under 10, a lot of them are over 18, so that looks good. I also want to see a product that there's no products or 2 or 3 products that have over 1,000 reviews. And right here, we've got one product with over 5,400 reviews. Everything else is below 1,000. So this product checks out. It looks like this is definitely a product that I want to do. There's a lot of FBA sellers, a lot of FBM, no Amazon, meaning that Amazon is not bullying people around. And so everything looks good in this product. Now, the last thing I'll want to do to look here to set expectations for the client is I want to click on this detailed statistics tab. And now remember, there is a free version of Market Intelligence that you can use. And if you can't get a hold of that, try Jungle Scout. It does very similar things. So what I want to pay attention to on detailed statistic is I want to estimate what I would have to do and how much I would make if I got in the top 10 listings on Amazon. And here it tells me that average revenue for the top 10 is $26,000 a month. Average review count here is 185, and I'll need between 20 and 60 giveaways daily to rank for this. So this is going to be important information that I'll use later. And I need about 30 to 175 reviews to sell well. So right away, I'll take these 2 numbers and remember them later. So I'm going to grab these and copy and paste them over into my spreadsheet over here. And now we have all the actual information for this step. So let's go into the next step, step 3 of our armchair quarterback. In step 3, we have to learn how to spell quarterback. So I'll show you guys that later. But step 3, we want to gather all the info about our product and photos for our client. We want to research the competition, and we want to check the best performing listings. And the way that we'll do that here in a second is through using some keyword research. But first, let's just jump over into Amazon and take a look at what some of the listings look like. So we want to look at best performing listings as well as photos. And so I'm going to go to Amazon and I'm going to search 4D mascara. And on 4D mascara, I'm going to look for who's doing the best here. And right away I see Tatiana Naturals here and Asavea Beauty. So I'm going to click on Tatiana, or either one. Either one will actually work. I'm going to click on Asavea. I think their title's pretty good, so I would take a look at that. I see that they have quite a bit of reviews. They have pretty good bullets. They're straight and to the point. But it looks like their images are so-so. I think I could definitely do a lot better here, but I do definitely think their images are not the worst. Makeup for season, express control. I don't know if I actually like that, but that's a lot better than when we actually researched this in depth. We found some people calling this membrane lash mascara. So if you can imagine what type of membrane this is, it's pretty gross. And so I definitely want to start writing down some ideas for the client about pictures and images. I like the before and after image. I like the full product image as well as the product packaging. And I like to see it in action. So I think they did a good job there. And I also like this little image with these little elements that kind of provide some sort of proof of what this thing does. So I like all that. I would write all those down and ask the photographer to duplicate the photos that they have that I think are really nice. And that's pretty much it for researching the competition. That's a quick and easy way to be able to tell that, yes, we can compete, we can make similar photos, and we can also crush it here on this particular product. So let's go ahead and go to step 4, which is going to take our product labeling and design, and we kind of already figured out what we want to do with that. Now, investigating other products in our niche, I kind of did that earlier, so I'm going to show you guys what data I found. And the way that I did that is I went into each of these products, the top 3 products, and I clicked on the customer reviews, and I wanted to look at the 1-star reviews, find out what they did poorly. I wanted to look at the 3-star reviews, find out what they did in a mediocre fashion, and then I wanted to look at the 5-star reviews and figure out what they did extremely well so that I too could do the same actual things. And here's what I came out with. I came out with this list. I figured out that the makeup was goopy and it makes your lashes look like spider legs. It clumps, it's poor, and the lashes stick together. I also found out that the label's hard to read and that some people that loved it said that it evenly coated and was elongated, that the formula was smooth, and it gave them volume, length, and drama all in one. So what I'm going to do in the future is use these actual compliments and issues that people had and turn them into my own bullets as well as my own title based on what the competition did. So I actually went ahead and did do that and created these bullets that pretty much turned around the bad thing into a benefit for my product. And then I just made the title more readable because I found that the competition did a horrible job of that. Their title doesn't read well, while mine just reads extremely well, and it's like somebody's reading a book. So that's kind of what I did with that information. That's what I recommend you do with the information that you gather once you investigate this. So now the next step in the armchair quarterback is step 5. And this is doing the keyword research. And there's 2 different ways to actually do the keyword research. There's the bootstrap method or pretty much the method that will cost you some money. So if you're going to do the bootstrap method, I recommend the following. First and foremost, you want to use your brain, write down everything you think you could actually think of. Then you want to use Amazon Search Suggest. Then you want to use a tool called Sonar Tools. And then you want to use Market Intelligence, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And then you can use Excel spreadsheet if that's what you want. And in order to create these in a quick and easy way, you can use a tool called Zon Tools, which I'm going to break down here in a second. So let's go through each of these really quickly. Sonar Tools is free. So all I'll hit is 4D Silk here, hit ping, and boom, there come a bunch of keywords. So I'll just copy and paste those or write them down. Again, it is free to use. The other one is Market Intelligence, and I can just go here to the keyword research, hit search, and type 4D lash or 4D mascara. And here is all the keywords. So I can also copy and paste those. And then finally, there was Amazon Search Suggest. So all I have to do here is hit 4D and copy all these that Amazon came back with. And guess what? Now I have a list of keywords. And now I can use these in the future and toss them into something like Zon Tools, which is free to actually try out. You can add a new group of keywords and you can put them in here just like I had them. 4D lash, enter the SKU and about 20 of these keywords, and I just leave everything else as is and hit save new product group. And guess what? Your PPC campaigns are started for you. Your client's PPC is ready to go. If you're not getting enough sessions, raise the bid amount and you'll soon get enough impressions and it's all ready to go. So I can just set this up for this client. They need to run a campaign for some another set of skin cream that they're doing, and we can have those up and running. So now we learned how to use those tools. Let's talk about step 6 and let's talk about the sales copy. So we're going to review what we made earlier, and we're going to figure out what we decided to showcase in terms of benefits, and we already studied the competition. So let's take a look at what I came up with for that. And here's what we came up with. So as I said earlier, I just made my title read better. And what I did is I took every bad thing that people said and turned it around into a benefit for my product. So you can notice here I have tired of goopy mascara that makes your eyelashes look like spider legs. Try our voluminous long-lasting mascara. And I did 3 others just like it. Smooth application prevents clumping, and natural long-lasting mascara guaranteed to give you more voluminous eyelashes or your money back. And that's what I basically did when I did the actual research. So it was pretty simple. I conveyed benefits to the customer, put them in caps, and then just gave a few extra sentences about the rest of the product. Let's talk about step 7, shipping the product in. And shipping the product in is pretty simple and easy. Have your client ship in the product and send it to Amazon so that it can get listed for sale. Then we get to step 8, which are giveaway strategies. So let me just get into my quick giveaway strategy, and that is outsourcing. I love to outsource this. If you want to do this yourself, you can join several giveaway groups and PM people, have them take the product. But what I would do is I would use a service like Viral Launch or Six Leaf, and you could just pay these guys to do this for you and then upsell it to the client. So this is what I'm talking about, is you acting as a middleman. You pay Viral Launch, you pay Six Leaf, and guess what? You get paid to do work because you just upsold the client. And so check out any one of those sites. Any one of those will work for you, and you can completely outsource this. So now let's talk about step 9, which is tracking rank. And I'm going to talk about how to just do this the old-fashioned way. Now again, you can use tools for this. There are fancy tools like seller.tools that will track things for you. Take a look at this. This is a client of mine that has electrodes, and you can see that their 2x2 electrodes ranks #1 on Amazon for that keyword. For adhesive electrodes, they rank 1. For all these products, they rank 1 or 2, and it's done all automatically through software. However, if I wanted to, I could just hop on over to Amazon and search each of these keywords one by one. So I could just search electrodes and see where my client pops up, and then manually mark that on a spreadsheet or have a VA do it. And it's that simple and easy to track this particular thing on Amazon. So now let's talk about the next step of the armchair quarterback, which is step 10, setting up an email sequence. And the simplest way to start is by using a tool called Feedback Genius. And Feedback Genius does cost about $20 a month. And what it actually does is it automatically works as an email autoresponder, and it'll send an email out to your actual purchaser and try to get them to leave you either seller feedback or a product review. So here's an example of an email that it actually sends out automatically, and you'll notice all these short codes will bring in the information from your Amazon seller account and get this out to these people so that they could potentially leave you a feedback, all automated. Every single person that buys your product will be sent an email if you choose them to get sent an email. Quick and easy to generate feedback on your account as well as your products. Let's talk about step 11, setting up pay-per-click, and we actually already went through that, and we use the tool that is free for the first 30 days called Zon Tools. And again, most of these tools are paid tools, but once you get that first check from your client, you can already start using them so that you can automate your business and you don't have to do as much of the work as you actually would think you had to. So Zon Tools is an excellent tool that will automate all your PPC. It'll manage everything and you won't have to do really much of anything. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. And that brings me to the last and final step of the armchair quarterback, help your client learn his daily routines. So what do I mean by this? I mean, they need to monitor and make sure that they're getting good product reviews and they're not getting any bad product reviews. You want to make sure that they're answering their emails, and if they're not, you'll want to answer them for them. Now, you will get customer service emails every now and then, and you'll need to make sure that you pay close attention to those and you monitor them and that all questions are answered. You have to answer those within 24 hours. If you don't, Amazon can penalize you and at some point suspend your account. They'll also need to have some sort of management over Seller Central. There's a lot of little intricacies of Seller Central. Pay attention to any little red flags that pop up in the top left-hand corner. If those show up, click on them and make sure you take care of any issues that happen on the account. Monitor that on a daily basis, or get your client to get into the habit of monitoring that from day to day. And that's pretty much it. We have covered all this information in a very short period of time. In the actual full-blown course, we actually show a pretend version of a client coming in that brings in 4 potential products, and we evaluate each of the products based on the information that we showed already, and we set up one of these products all within Amazon step by step, exactly how I would do it if a client came to me and needed my help with something. So hopefully you learned a lot in this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the higher level program. And if not, the information that I already provided to you, you can get out there, use it, get some clients, and do some work and make some money using either some of these automated tools or just good old hard work. It'll work for you just like it worked for me. And that's it. I look forward to seeing you guys in a future lesson.